Today discuss the questions on increasing and decreasing functions. So look at here, few questions based in our exercise 6.2. So what is your first question? First question given to us, so that the function given by fx is so that the function fx equals to 3x plus 17 is strictly increasing when x is a real number. Okay, let's take the concept of without derivative. So if I take without the concept, your x1 less than x2 implies fx1 is smaller than fx2. This is the concept of without using derivative. So let me take here, let x1 is less than x2. Now I have to create this type of function, means 3 times x. So I can multiply 3 both the sides. There will be no change in the value. 3x1 is less than 3x2. This is possible. Still the value will remain less than. If I add 17 to both the sides, this implies 3x1 plus 17 less than 3x2 plus 17. 3x1 plus 17 less than 3x2 plus 17. So this is what now? This is similar. If fx is this, this will be your fx1. You can write here x1, x2 belongs to R in the real number I have taken. So this implies fx1 smaller than fx2. So you have taken x1 smaller than x2. Now you got fx1 is smaller than fx2. So this is strictly increasing. Implies fx is strictly increasing on R. Okay. Now let's take one more question. So that the function e to the power x is also strictly increasing. So that fx equals to e to the power 2x is strictly increasing on R, means on the set of real numbers. Okay, how to write? Let's take this one in the concept of derivative. That is, fx is strictly increasing if f dash x is greater than 0. Okay, let's find its derivative. What is your f dash x? That is dx of e to the power 2x. Its derivative I have taken. So what shall I get? So implies our f dash x equals to e to the power 2x and 2x derivative. 2x derivative is 2. That means e to the power 2e to the power 2x. So for all x belongs to R, x में कोई भी value put करो, like अच्छा you remember e lies between 2 and 3. E lies between 2 and 3. So if I write e square This is greater than 0. Even if you are at e to the power minus 2, means any value of x I take, that is also 1 by e square. This is also a positive number, greater than 0. So any value of x you take here, e to the power x, e to the power 2x is greater than 0. Because the e value is positive here. So either e square or 1 by e square or e cube 1 by e cube, whatever it may be, the value will be always greater than 0 because of this. So what did you get? Implies f dash x is greater than 0 because 2 into any number positive is greater than 0. So fx is strictly increasing on R for any real number. But we take one peculiar question, so that fx is sin x so that the function fx equals to sin x is strictly increasing, is first strictly increasing in 0 to pi by 2. Okay, strictly decreasing in pi by 2 to pi, strictly decreasing in pi by 2 to pi. Verify. Third point is very important for us. Neither increasing nor decreasing in 0 to pi. To understand this, first you think of what is the shape of the graph when it is between 0 to pi. Look at the graph here. The sine graph lies between plus 1 and minus 1. This is minus 1, this is plus 1. So sine 0 is 0, sine 90 is 1 maximum value. The graph goes like this. Then again it comes down. Means why it is 0 again. Okay, if you divide this graph into two parts, you find 0 to pi by 2 portion the graph is increasing, and pi by 2 to pi you can see the graph is decreasing. This is the concept based on your graph. Okay. Now, how will you prove it? You can take the derivative concept here. So derivative concept means, look at the quadrant here, is 0, pi by 2, pi. Okay, we have two quadrants, 0 to pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi. So our fx equals to sin x. Fx equals to sin x. What is your f dash x? Cos x. So 0 to pi by 2, when x belongs to 0 to pi by 2, all the trigonometric functions are positive in this quadrant. So for all x belongs to 0 to pi by 2, cos x is greater than 0. Why greater than 0? Because this is positive. all positive, sine positive, tan positive and cos positive. So in the first quadrant this is positive. Implies your f dash x is greater than 0. So this implies fx equals to sin x is strictly increasing in 0 to pi by. Okay. Now back to second part. Your f dash x equals to cos x. Now x belongs to 0 to pi by 2 to pi. That means you are back to second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos is negative. So when x belongs to pi by 2 to pi, cos x is smaller than 0, because this is in the second quadrant. Cos is negative here. So that means f dash x is smaller than 0. So when f dash x is smaller than 0, the graph is decreasing. You can see here pi by 2 to pi, the graph is decreasing. So implies fx is strictly decreasing in pi by 2 to pi. Okay, that means second part you find this is decreasing. So what about if neither increases nor decreases from 0 to pi by 2? What is the meaning of this? Third part. If within an interval the graph increases and decreases, because 0 to pi mein the graph is increasing and decreasing, so we call it neither increasing nor decreasing. So third part you can write fx equals to sin x increases in 0 to pi by 2 and decreases in pi by 2 to pi. So increases here, decreases here, means neither increases nor decreases from 0 to pi. So this implies fx neither increases nor decreases in 0 to pi. Okay, these are the concept now about your increasing and decreasing function. You can use the concept of without derivative and without derivative, without derivative and derivative. So some tips to find the interval where the function is increasing and decreasing. Steps to find the intervals for the function fx is increasing or decreasing. So what are the steps we will follow for this? So number one step, find f dash x, which find the first derivative. Second step, put f dash x equals to 0 to find x equals to different values x1, x2, x3 like this. Third step, arrange the values in ascending order. Suppose x1 is smaller to bigger, x1, x2, x3 like this. Then create the intervals or write the intervals. Intervals as x1, x2, x2, x3 like this. Then what you have to do? Next step, take any value c, कोई भी value c suppose belongs to x1, x2. Pick up any value, put in this interval and put in f dash x. And put in f dash x. Then observe, if f dash x is greater than 0, then it is strictly increasing. Then fx is strictly increasing. Okay, and if f dash x is smaller than 0, then fx is strictly decreasing. Okay, let's take few questions on this to sort out. Suppose I have a question, find the intervals where fx equals to fx equals to minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1 is strictly increasing or decreasing. Okay, so remember the steps of what I have done. Your fx equals to minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1. The first step is find f dash x, first derivative. So first derivative means it will be 6x square 18x minus 12. First step one, then put f dash x equals to 0, means you are putting minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12 equals to 0. Observe what the sign is very important for us. I can take minus 6 common, implies minus 6 common, x square plus 3x plus 4 plus 2. equals to 0. Implies minus 6 splitting middle term x square plus